Capricorns, my little goats. I love doing the Capricorn readings. It's kind of funny is when I do look up other readers, because obviously I like to watch tarot too. So when I watch other readers, I typically lean towards the Capricorn readings, which is funny because like my sign is Aquarius, but my North Node is Capricorn, and I feel like I've been sitting heavily in my North Node energy lately. Like very grounded, very decision making. I feel like Capricorns have to kind of come in brutal with some decision making sometimes, and it's almost like a test of your character to see if you really do like live up to that energy, right? So let's see. And I mean, y'all are represented by the Devil card in tarot. So that also goes to show me that you're somebody who you don't shy away from a little troubled waters, right? Knight of Wands in reverse, letting your guard down. Letting the guard down. See, one thing I do like about that is that in the upright, it's like her guard created her own prison, right? And it's just all these obstacles of her own making. All for self-preservation, but it's kind of like a challenge of the Capricorn nature to have to bring that guard down, right? It's a scary feeling to bring down your guard with somebody, right? At least for me. I'm like, you have to know me for 20 years, okay? I don't know. I just, I'm not one to throw my guard down easily. So I imagine that you aren't either. So this is kind of, a transition for you, right? A transition into a new state of mind, new state of being. Okay. Let's see. My thought deck keeps hollering at me. I guess I'll play with this one. Yeah, I just definitely feel you letting your guard down. Be careful who you let your guard down around too. I don't know why I just got like this kind of message come through where it's kind of like telling me that maybe like it's good to share with people, but don't overshare. Kind of like when the miracles start rolling in, the good things start rolling in, keep it to yourself. Don't go telling people all the good that's happening or all the bad, because I feel like you don't want to let your guard down around the wrong energies, right? And Capricorns are notorious for having secret haters, right? And it's because you're awesome. And people want to live up to that same energy, but they just don't. Because Cappies are kind of like unique as fuck. So I feel like be careful who you're letting your guard down with, who you're sharing with. Try to make sure that you're not like oversharing too much of yourself. You just don't want to be left too vulnerable. I'm also an Aquarius, right? An air sign. So for me, like, I'm all about like keeping that energy protected, Then we've got Knight of Discs, okay, or no, not Knight of Discs, Knight of Swords. So this is like communication, right? And this is kind of like harsh communication. It could be almost conflict. It could be like judgment too. I mean, it's not the judgment card, but it comes in feeling like that a little bit. Like there's just a lot of swords around you right now, and you have your guard down. This seems like maybe like some people that you confide in or trust, they have trouble keeping that shit to themselves, right? So yeah, be careful about oversharing. Honestly, I keep my life so private that like not even people I live with, really have too much of an idea of where I am in my head, or what's going on in my life. And it's not because I don't want to like share with people, but it's because of situations like this where, some people just run their fucking mouths and it's annoying. Be somebody that other people can confide in. Be somebody that can like really not run your mouth, because then it also shows like a lot of strength of character there. Queen of Cups. So yeah, you're definitely sitting in like this emotional maturity. I feel like you're over the bullshit, and bullshit just keeps trying to follow you, right? Ten of Wands, oppression. Yeah, so like I feel like you feel a little taken advantage of. Like somebody was like kind of like, there's an energy here. It could be work too. This could be work. This could be like workplace gossip and feeling like oppressed, like you want to end that cycle with your job almost. Like just kind of like you're over it. You don't want to feel like shit anymore, right? Prince of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I feel like energies are gonna kind of fade out of your life at this time, like really negative energies. Because this is masculine energy. It could be a woman sitting in masculine energy, just a woman who's not very like emotionally in tune, I guess, or like I don't know, like because this is like toxic masculinity in the reverse. So she could be sitting in that toxic masculine energy if that's a woman, or it could just very well be a dude. Just like this Queen of Cups could very well be a dude, or let's ignore the genders and just kind of go with the energy here. So it just seems like this energy of this Prince of Swords in reverse is kind of like it's toxic. It doesn't communicate well with you, but it has a good time running its mouth behind your back, right? With this Knight of Swords. I feel like this is energy that the universe is like, you need to cut this shit out. Don't share with them. Don't put your guard down with them. Yeah, Three of Cups in reverse. This is an energy that's keeping you away from your abundance. So if this is like a job, like you're not getting paid well, for all the bullshit that you put up with, right? It feels like you're taken advantage of. That's, and then we have the Princess of Cups, right? So we've got somebody in your pocket, I don't like saying it like, you have somebody who's got your back, right? Somebody who's also like reaching this emotional maturity. They're not quite in that Queen of Cups energy like you're sitting in. I feel like they're kind of like looking up to you, almost like a mentor, right? So where you have one really, really good energy that's like looking up to you, you also have this other energy that is just kind of like talking mad shit right now, So, and you know what though? My friend once told me, and I want this on my tombstone. He was like, if nobody's talking about you, then you're nobody. He sassy when he said it, because I was like, ain't nobody talking about me. And then he was like, you're nobody. And it's kind of like the same, like, our haters give us fame, kind of. Like, as much as they hate that, but their obsession with hating on us and spreading this negativity and this bullshit, it's just propelling our popularity around town, right? Because people are like, well, who is this person? And then they meet you and they see that you are not this fucking person that you've been put out to be, right? Yeah, so then we have the priestess. This hella goes with this Queen of Cups energy. So I definitely see you as a very spiritual person, like somebody who is like really in touch with their inner goddess or god, whatever, you know, whatever your vibe is. I don't know. Well, I do know you're in touch with that inner goddess. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like it'd be like, whether you're male or female, like even Merlin. Or Mirden, he was a practitioner of the goddess's works. You know, he was always focused on that female, like, spiritual energy, that creation energy, that producer energy, like somebody, you know, like, whereas the masculine energy is more constructive, more like technical and all that. And it's, I mean, they're very great energies together, like between the masculine and the feminine. I like to try to embody both within myself. I want to be a great constructor, a great destroyer, a great builder, you know, a great creator, like because, you know, sometimes we gotta destroy to create. And so I utilize that in my own art pieces. I will fuck up a piece several times, and then I take all the fucked up parts and I put them all together, and I'm like, bam, it's art. It's me. So yeah. And then we have the Death card in reverse. So I feel like you're going through a rebirth right now. You're definitely stepping outside of your normal. I feel like you're a light worker, right? Some people love that about you. Some people hate that about you. They hate it because they can't live up to it themselves, right? They're not as, like, spiritually inclined. And honestly, I just feel like you're on a good path. You know, this is kind of how you know you're on a good path. You know, like, sometimes we get haters, and it'd be like that. I've had haters that, you know, I've tried to reach out to them and tried to, like, be like, yo, man, what's going on? Why are you mad? You know? And then it just, like, adds fuel to their fire. They're just too pissed off. They're already looking for every reason to hate your guts. Just let it go. Don't try reconciliation. Don't try to get to the bottom of things. Don't try to, you know what? Their opinion of you isn't even your business, right? You know what is your business? The shit that you can control. So that's what you should be living on. The shit you can control. Don't even focus on that negative Nancy over there. That Prince of Swords energy. Yeah, so we've got 8 of Swords in reverse, interference in reverse. So I feel obstacles will be falling away from you at this time. Kind of like karma is going to be dealt, okay? And I don't want you to ever wish bad on anybody, right? But how they treat you as a light worker, as a starseed, that's how God kind of placed his judgment on people a little bit. You know, it's like, oh, this is one of my blessed, like, you know, one of my most faithful people who come to me, you know, and then this person tries to create obstacles, tries to talk shit, and, you know, they don't know who has your back, right? They don't realize that right now you answer to higher authorities than any shit on this third dimension, right? And that higher authority will fuck their life up if they try to infringe on your path. That's just kind of how it goes for light workers. You don't fuck with a light worker, right? Yeah, they look like they're easy to take advantage of because they're so nice and they're so open and all this. But then we have motherfucking ancestors. We've got all this, the spirit shit on our side. So it's like, you ain't gotta worry about shit. Like, one thing I haven't worried about in the last 2 years is revenge. Yeah, I'm like, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I'm gonna let the Lord have this. And then usually, when I do, when I'm like, alright, universe, do your thing, I ain't even gonna interfere. I ain't gonna be part of that shit. Then, you know, it just kind of plays out how it's gotta play out. Like, people get their just karma. All the shit that they've earned. Lust. Bro. Okay, so, maybe I feel like you're going through kind of a Kundalini Awakening. I know when I activated my Kundalini, I was in that energy. I mean, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So, you know, just, remember that lust is another distraction. The physical is a distraction. Any physical urge is a distraction. That's why we fast, right? That's why we do all that spiritual, like, self-deprecation kind of work. Because it's not to give in to the fleshy desires, right? The egoic desires. It's like when you don't just feed into that energy, it makes you more powerful, you know? Then you hold your Kundalini energy within yourself, and then you can choose to utilize that energy how you want. I don't know, like, I would say, like, even if you get, like, urges and stuff, try to learn a little bit about Tantra, right? You can do Tantra by yourself, and it kind of helps relinquish this, like, sense of desire from you, because it's, then you just realize that you're just activating a power center, right? A power center that wants to exchange energy with another being, right? Another person. And if you don't exchange energy with another person, then you've got all that power in your power center for yourself, right? And you can, like, meditate and channel that energy up through you. It's a whole thing. That's a whole other class we will talk about another day. But, you know, like, I don't feel like lust is a bad thing. I feel like that is part of this Kundalini Awakening, and it's also part of your tests. There's trials at play here. It's like you're getting tested by all kinds of shit. People, like, talking shit behind your back, feeling oppressed at work, lust, like, all this shit. It's trying to set you up for failure, right? But it's also like Hercules, how he has to, like, overcome all these fucking obstacles just so he can be the hero of his own story, right? And I feel like that's kind of what's happening with you, is you're kind of becoming the hero of your own story, but in order to do that, you must overcome yourself every aspect. So, let's see. The sun. Okay. This could be Leo energy. Also, this is just prosperity, abundance, happiness. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel here. It's like, yeah, you've got all these trials, these tribulations, this shit going on. But at the end of the road, at the end of this rebirth, is light. You know, you're a light worker. You're stepping into that light. Very beautiful energy. I love that. You know what? I'm gonna throw some oracles on this. See if we have any advice for you at this time. Because, I mean, I don't see you being a bad person or doing bad things at this time. I feel like you're really just trying to be a light worker. Just trying to spread some goodness. Just be careful who you let your guard down around. They're all guilty until proven innocent. You know, like, you don't know who is who. So it's like, don't even test the waters with people. If you've got like, I was watching this video, I forget what it was called, but he kind of said, and I'm paraphrasing this, but he was like, if you can keep a secret, keep your own, because you can't guarantee that anybody else can, right? So it's like, yeah, just be careful who you're oversharing with. Okay. So, we have the Winter's Throne in reverse. What that's telling me is that right now you're going through trials, which we're kind of like figuring out. I would say at the end of winter, when spring hits, you're going to start seeing a lot of abundance. In the meantime, you're going to be seeing a lot of trials, tests, as you will. And it's kind of just to see, like, how well you can handle yourself. Like, okay, this disappointment, this trial, this thing. It's all learning about your patience, your ability to not be reactive, your ability to just chill and like let life happen. It's almost like the universe is telling you you can't micromanage the universe, and you have to learn how to go with the flow and not expect outcomes, because the outcome of not expecting outcomes is this: it's abundance, it's prosperity, it's happiness. We have unity in reverse. And then a rare bloom in reverse. So I feel like you're definitely letting go of this energy. I really feel like it's that Prince of Swords energy. You're letting go of this energy that is a conformist, right? Somebody who kind of like tries to slink into the mainstream and stay there. This isn't like a very unique person. It's not even somebody that should hold too much value in the grand scheme of your life. Like, their opinions don't fucking matter. This is like just really kind of like whatever energy, you know? So it's like, I don't feel like it'll be a loss to not mix up with that energy. I feel like it'll be more of a gain in the long run to just avoid that energy altogether. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much what I've got for you. Namaste. I love you, my little Cappy coats. And I will talk to you on the next one. How about that? Catch me outside. Yes. Have a great day.